This is my attempt at doing the 0% AI lap down challenge at the Sakusa circuit at Japan, I'm pretty sure. Here I am getting past, letting everyone go, and I go to the side. Here I'm getting stopped on track messages, so I have to keep moving in yellow flags. Jumped a little, and now here are all the race leaders passing me, and I'm waiting for Gasly to pass, and then I can start going. I go, and then I see the butt, the tail. I am behind Gasly, and then we're into the first couple of turns. I try to go on the outside, but couldn't. And then the outside Gasly, but then I run wide into the gravel. Keep going. And now I'm far from the race leaders. Right, and then I try to overtake Gasly on the inside, and then it works. And now I have unlapped myself from 19, but I am still last place, and now I am on the hunt for Daniel Kvyat. I don't even know how to say his name. Try to do the same move as Gasly, couldn't work, I was too far. Now I'm right on his butt, and I overtake him on the inside, and Joe Nazi, and now I do. But he's starting to go faster, and then we go into the turn. I get right behind him and then overtake him again. Brake, and now I'm behind Raikkonen. I get into his slipstream, trying to get to him, but my pace just isn't as fast. We go into turn 1, I'm pretty sure. Oh, now I'm right behind him. I think there was a little contact. Try to dive bomb, didn't work. Then I go on the outside, managed to overtake Raikkonen, and then the outside of George Russell, my teammate, and then worked. Now I'm behind Kevin Magnussen. Go, and I'm right behind him, get into the slipstream, overtake him. I'm behind. Now I dive bomb Perez, Lance Stroll, I'm pretty sure. And then went straight into the side of Romain Grosjean. And then he still managed to go, but I passed the 2 racing points. I'm right behind him again. I tried to go on the inside, but he covered it. So now again to a slipstream, and then went right beside him, managing to overtake him for that little, but then he catches up. I guess he has the better pace. He gets into the turn. I run a little wide. Right behind him, I dive bomb him, and then manage to take that place. Not even place, I'm still 20. Managed to take that, unlapping myself. And I skip ahead because there was nothing. Now I am behind Ricardo in the Renault. Get into a slipstream and went out for some reason. Tried to dive bomb him, didn't work. And I go on the outside, run too wide, run into the gravel. And I lose him for a while, but then I come back into turn 1, I'm pretty sure. No, not turn 1, that's like, I don't even know anymore. Went wide again, I'm pretty sure. Got some grass. Now I'm behind him again, and my teammate George Russell just got out of the session for some reason. I dive bombed him and Norris, and it worked. I think there was some contact with Norris, and now I am behind Carlos Sainz in the McLaren. Now on this straight, I get into a slipstream, go on the inside, I'm pretty sure, get back into a slipstream since it didn't work. Now I'm losing him, and then I run wide and try to dive bomb him on the outside. I don't even know anymore. And I managed to overtake. Now I'm behind the Ferrari of Sebastian Vettel, but Carlos Sainz is still very close. But on this straight, I managed to lose him, get DRS from Vettel, but that still isn't enough, and I'm still behind him. I went into turn 1, very close to Vettel, managing to overpass him, but then I run wide a little, so he overtakes me again. And then I think we made contact, but I'm not sure. And then I get blue flags. And I contact him a little, so playing a little dirty, but I managed to overtake him. Now I'm behind the Renault of Esteban Ocon. Now I'm behind. I went to a slipstream, but also went out a little. Went onto the grass a little. Managed to not yet, but I went on the inside trying to, but it didn't work. And then I overtook him, and now I am behind. Oh, and then I guess it cut to where I am behind Hamilton, which he is in 5th place. I get the DRS, but my Williams is no match for his Mercedes. My ERS is looking a little low. But onto turn 1, I run wide again. I keep running wide on that turn. I'm still behind Hamilton now. I am close, but then dropped back a little. And I'm right behind him. Tried to overtake him there, didn't work. So I get into a slipstream, go on the inside of him, I'm pretty sure. Now I'm behind Alex Albon in the Red Bull, and then I managed to dive bomb into that turn and overtook his position. And then there was Jeff telling me to go on the hard tires, but I wanted to go on mediums for some reason. That turn failed, and then so I told Jeff, put me on a set of mediums. Now I'm behind the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc, or Leclerc, however you say it. I'm behind, and I overtake him, got into a slipstream. Now he is behind me, and then I jumped ahead because there was nothing, but I overtook Valtteri Bottas. Managed to do the switcheroo, but then I had to go pit later. And I still haven't actually gone positions, but I unlapped myself. But then here, when I am in the pits, Max Verstappen overtakes me and laps me again. So then at the end, the pit exit, we have to race for the position. See, he's right there on my left. Going into turn 1, I'm not very close, but I get closer, run into the grass a little. Currently, I have the fastest lap, and I set the fastest lap for the next couple of laps. So I had the fastest lap in the race, and I'm behind Max Verstappen, gone to a slipstream, went to the left. Now he is behind me. And then I wasn't managed to actually gain places, so I ended up P19, and here's the end of the race. Max Verstappen was the race winner of the Sakusa, I'm pretty sure, Grand Prix. Here's all, I'm all the way. Only managed to get 19th because the DNF from George Russell. Subscribe.